your brain. In this moment, I am filled with gratitude. You just rewired your brain. So I ask you, today the day you've had enough. Today the day you say, I am more than my own story. I am my own creation. I choose more.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
I choose greatness.
Music down.
You just rewired your brain. You need to stop shaking your brain that keeps you from your amazingness.
We're in a war for our brain. All that you're about to do today, everything that you're about to do today, your habits, your new ideas, your new conversations, your old conversations, all of this is going through your brain. What are you doing to make sure that you can influence it, you can have control over it, you can have direction over it? So, let me say something right up front. Today's not another conversation of motivation or inspiration. This is not about grinding harder. It's definitely not about setting another list of goals for 2026. If more effort was the answer, wouldn't you already be a millionaire? Just asking. If more effort was the solution, if more sweat and tears and frustration and aggravation and confusion was the answer, wouldn't you already be where you want to be? Most people don't lose because they lack information. They lose because they protect their patterns. Think about that. Most people, the majority of people, do not lose because they lack information. They lose because they protect patterns. And patterns are sneaky. They disguise themselves as personality, as this is just how I am. I'm big boned. I'm Irish. I'm a guy. These are patterns we protect and we disguise them with labels. I work better under pressure. I just need more time. Next quarter will be different. Here's the uncomfortable truth. If your identity stays the same, your results will negotiate with you. And in that negotiation, you'll end up right back where you started. Does that make sense? You may not want it. You may not like it. You may end this video before I finish. So instead of giving you strategy, I'm going to ask you 10 questions. They're not easy questions to answer. I'm not asking you these questions to answer them quickly, not to post a comment, not to intellectualize. These questions that I want to share with you, I want you to sit with them. Because the quality of your year, 2026, is determined by the quality of these questions you're willing to confront. How much of these questions are you going to be open to confronting? Because if you truly want success, if you truly want to win in 2026, you don't need another tactic. You've already got all the skills and the tactics and the strategies available to you. You need a higher standard of self-honesty. So as I go through these, mark this page, save this page, because I don't want you to rush. I don't want you to defend your current lack of success. I don't want you to explain to yourself why you're stuck, why you're not moving forward, why fill in the blank. I want you to just become aware of what hits. What do you notice that hits? What do you notice? Where do you feel it first and foremost? And then sit with it. You may have to ask the questions a couple of times as a neuroencoding specialist. as a brain trainer from the Amen Institute, we're going to activate some new neural networks. Your reticular activating system might not be ready for these questions. And why do I bring that up? Because the RAS, the RAS, reticular activation system, is programmed for you to have a certain dialogue already loaded into your system for your success. So these 10 questions aren't about productivity, they're about identity. Because if you don't raise the level of your goals, listen carefully, you will fall to the level of your patterns. And patterns only break when truth gets louder than comfort. Let me say that again. These questions are not about productivity. They're about identity. Because you don't raise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your patterns. And your patterns only break when truth gets louder than comfort. So, question number 1, what pattern are you calling personality that is actually fear? What label are you using around who you are that is actually fear? I'm Irish. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a rancher. I'm a high school graduate. What label are you using for your personality that is actually fear? Didn't say these were going to be easy. I said they're going to be worth it. If your results in question number 2, if your results in 2026 look exactly like 2025, what truth did you avoid acting on? If your results in 2026 look like the results of 2025, what truth did you avoid acting on? So rather than fast forward it, let's do 2024 versus last year, the year you just finished. How much of your goals in 25 look like 24's? Now you got to ask yourself, what truth did you avoid in 25 that gave you the same results as 2024? Question 3, where are you mistaking motion for progress? Busy being busy? Where are you mistaking motion for progress? I got to organize my desk. I'm busy. I got to get my 50 people organized that I'm going to follow up with and never follow up with them. Where are you mistaking motion for progress? Number 4, what would have to die in your current identity for you to win at the next level? Would you have to become a better server of humans? Would you have to eat some crow pie? Would you have to have a large dose of humble pie? Are you going to have to admit you're starting over? Are you going to have to admit you're starting new? Are you going to have to admit fill in the blank? What would have to die in your current identity for you to win at the next level? If you don't know what the next level is, that's why you can't figure out what needs to die. What part of you, what old story needs to be let go of? Because you haven't identified what the next step up is. The image I have in my head is the dog on the chain. At the end of the chain, there's a path worn out because that's how far they can go. And they can run as hard as they can, and they know to stop before they jerk their neck. You know what I'm talking about? Like in the cartoons. What is that limit that you're currently standing at that you're afraid to get to go past? You're like the baby elephant who got tied to a chair, and then as a full-grown adult, they're still tied to a plastic lawn chair, and because that has been how they have been their entire life, they don't think they can move the chair. What would have to die in your current identity for you to win at the next level? Number 5. Who are you trying to impress? This one's going to hurt. Who are you trying to impress that isn't even paying attention to you? Oh, snap. Who are you trying to impress that isn't even paying attention to you? Could it be social media? Just asking for a friend. Who are you trying to impress that isn't even paying attention? Listen, and this may be somebody from your past. Half the time it is. Number six, if discipline wasn't the problem, what would you have to confront instead? Wait, what? Say that again. If discipline wasn't the problem, I need to be more disciplined. I need to be more focused. I need to get clearer. I need to do things on a regular basis. I need to have more structure. If that wasn't the problem, if discipline wasn't the problem, what would you be using as the excuse? What would be the thing you've got to break through? What would be the thing you need to confront? Oh, I need to wake up at 5 a.m. The alarm clock was this, or that was that, or it was cold, or blah, blah, blah. I stayed up too late. I don't go to bed early enough. That's discipline. If that wasn't the issue, if that wasn't the problem, what would be your new situation? What would be the new thing you'd use to keep yourself stuck? Number 7. What standard are you avoiding setting because it would expose your excuses? Ooh, I don't like this at all. This is uncomfortable. Isn't that good? Uncomfortable means maybe you'll get out of your comfort zone. What standard are you avoiding setting? What standard are you avoiding to establish because it would expose your excuses? It would expose your lies to yourself. Where, number 8, where are you secretly hoping for a breakthrough instead of building your own system of success? Not a system that needs to be, there's systems out there to duplicate. This is about you creating your own system for success. When you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. You're going to drink water every day. You're going to drink a half a gallon of water a day, a gallon of water every day. You're going to do it. Done. You're going to stop eating after 8 p.m. Done. You're going to wake up at 5 a.m. Done. You're going to walk 20 minutes a day. Done. Whatever that is. Where are you secretly hoping you're going to wake up 20 pounds lighter one day instead of building the system to lose the 20 pounds? Where are you hoping that you're going to win the lottery one day instead of building the system that's going to produce your income? If you're in my community, there's a good chance you're in a leveraged income opportunity, aka network marketing, where you can build a global organization from the comfort of your own phone, not even your own home, from your own phone? Where are you hoping that somebody's going to join your business and take you to the top instead of building the system for you to be able to walk directly to the top? Number 9, if current habits are perfectly designed for your current life, and they are, what system would create the life you say you want? If your current habits are perfectly designed for your current life, and they are, what system would create the life you say you want? Would it be listening to self-talk every day? Would it be writing out your DMP every day? Would it be setting your goals, your intentions every morning? Would it be doing your gratitude blessings every day? Just throwing out some ideas. Because if your current habits are perfectly designed for your current life, and they are, what system would create the life you want? And number 10, if 2026 is the year you finally win, what version of you has to show up on March 1st? I'll give you a few days to work on it. On March 1st, that has never existed before. What version of you needs to show up on February 17th? What version of you needs to show up on February 20th? Pick a day. I don't care what day it is. Pick a day. But this version of you has never existed before. Never, ever existed before. And if it's never existed before, there's a good chance you don't know what to look for yet. Or you'll figure it out. You'll start asking questions. Here's what most people will do. Here's what most people will do. They'll hear all of these questions, all 10 of them. They'll nod. They'll feel uncomfortable for about 30 seconds. And then they'll scroll. Don't. If even one of these questions unsettled you, that's the one to start with. Sit with it. Stay with it. Because breakthroughs don't come from new information. They come from refusing to lie to yourself anymore. Let me repeat that. Breakthroughs do not come from new information. If it did, you'd have all of the breakthroughs in the world. You'd already be farther than you ever imagined because you have so much new information. Breakthroughs do not come from new information. They come from refusing to lie to yourself anymore. If you know someone who says they want to win next year, send them this link. Share this video with them. Not because it's inspiring, because it's honest. I'm your head brain training, brain scrambling misfit. I'll see y'all where? I'll see you at the next event. Bookmark this, save